Minasan konnichiwa! Welcome to another edition of Japanese Night Review. Today, I'm not going to play a video game, but I'm going to watch a classic VHS video. Was made in 1995 called Nintendo's Super Mario All-Stars. It's about 20 minutes long. I remember been watching that video when I was a kid every single time. You know, it's like I haven't seen it for a long time, but I'm looking forward to see this one again, to see what games comes to my mind and the history as well, and also how the game's made as well. So I can't wait any longer. So you ready for this one? Let's get on with it. Okay, got the original Nintendo in deep space. Okay. It's got a big N.
Right then, thrill seeker.
Oh my God, that's Craig Charles from Red Dwarf, host of Road Wars, and actor from Coronation Street, and he's still back on Red Dwarf as well.
We've got a visitor hotline city and what it all means.
Nintendo Hotline,
Mario
God.
Story, where, why, and how did a little Italian
Oh
with
God,
a
the Mario
become
story.
a worldwide superstar. We've got tips and tricks on the latest software, and we get to the bottom of how the game's writers invent a Super Nintendo game, and we look at some of the excellent gear that you can get.
How's
with
that
the
hovering?
Super Nintendo. But first,
Oh yeah, you're in deep space.
With the Mario Story.
Okay, Mario Story.
Mario, the most famous plumber of all time, actually
Donkey
started
Kong.
life as a carpenter who had lost his girlfriend to a gorilla in the 1980 game Donkey Kong. He was such a success that Japanese video game programmer Shigeru Miyamoto decided to make him the hero of a new two-player game called Mario Brothers. Mario joined with his younger brother Luigi, and the rest is history.
Without Donkey Kong,
Follow-up
it
game,
would
Super
be
Mario
never
Brothers
happened.
sold over 43 million carts worldwide.
43
And
million
Mario
cards
overtook
worldwide on
long-established
Super Mario Bros.
characters
2.
like
That's a
Mickey
lot.
Mouse and Donald Duck in popularity. His star has been rising ever since. As he's gained his new powers, explored even stranger worlds, and conquered even more grotesque enemies. Mario even took to the skies in Super Mario Bros. 3.
Everybody
and swam like
loves
a fish
Super
in
Mario
his
Bros.
first
3
16-bit
because you
adventure,
can
Super
choose
Mario
which route
World.
to go to.
Ever versatile, Mario has also proved himself a wizard behind the wheel in the amazing Super Mario Kart.
Oh, Super Mario cards.
Not satisfied with his gaming adventures, our
I
intrepid
always
Brooklyn
lose
plumber
when I was
has become a
against
film
my
star
brother
of
and my
his very
dad.
own. In Super Mario Bros. The movie.
Oh,
To
the
mark new
movie.
stardom, Nintendo have released
I
a
heard
Mario
the
game to
movie
end the
didn't
war,
go
Mario All-Stars.
well.
So that now you can
I think
relive
it only had
every
2
single
stars?
danger, every hidden escape, and every moment of glory
got no idea.
in Mario's long history.
Oh, the World 7-1.
Bravo ski, Mario ski. He's a bit like me, you know. Obscurity.
Bit like you? You haven't got a moustache and a hat on.
My name's Craig Charles, brought to you live by Nintendo.
Live?
The question I'd like to ask is, what about all those new, exciting games waiting to be played?
Oh, Legend of
The
Zelda.
Legend of Zelda, a link to the past. Venture back to Hyrule and an age of magic and heroes. The predecessors of Link and Zelda face monsters on the march when a menacing magician takes over the kingdom. Only you can prevent his evil plot from shattering the land of Hyrule. In your
That's
quest,
a
you
big
will
map.
venture into twisting mazes, dungeons, palaces, and shadowy forests. Test your mettle with mighty swords and magical weapons, or heft a boulder and hurl it at your enemies. If the going gets tough, dive into a river. You can swim to escape. Learn powerful spells, locate magic artifacts, and solve the mysteries of the evil magician
Look at those
in the
graphics.
hidden realm of Hyrule.
About like a
Its secrets
95
await you.
average percentage on the
Super
rating.
Mario Kart.
Oh, yes.
This is a split-screen, 1 or 2 player go-kart racing game in which you and either the computer or another player take the part of the Mario Brothers characters. In a
I
one-off
enjoy
race
playing
or as
this
part of a
game.
championship.
But the problem
Those of
is,
you familiar
when I'm
with
against
all
my
of the Mario
brother
games
and my dad,
will notice that
I've
the
always
tracks are made
lose
up
to
of
them all the
different scenes
time.
from previous
I
games,
rarely
such as castles
win a
and
race
ice
against
levels.
them. Like,
You can also have great fun with the battle
Ooh.
mode, in which 2 players play a form of bumper
I'll-
cars in order
about
to burst one of
just
the 3
over
balloons
10
attached to
times
the
I've beat
cart.
them in just one race.
This is one of the best racing games ever, and definitely not to be missed.
It was a long time ago anyway. I was like 5 or 6.
Starwing.
Oh,
First game
Starwing!
to use the Super FX chip.
The one with the
You are
Super
the pilot,
FX
Foxy
chip.
Cloud, commander of a squadron
Oh.
called the R-Wing. Your
Starwing
mission is to destroy
is
the
one of
evil
my
Venom
favourite
Empire
games of all
before their
time.
ambitious
I
expansion
love
plans
playing
can be
this
put into
game.
practice. As you can see, the graphics are amazing, and the FX chip allows high-speed action as never
About
seen before.
97% average on that. That
You
is
use
brilliant.
all of your game-playing skills to lead your team and save your
Now,
planet.
the others didn't call Starwing, they call it
Battletoads in
Star Fox.
Battlemania. This is a very amusing beat-em-up with lots of humorous references to other arcade games.
Oh,
Zitz, Rash and
Battletoads
Pimple,
and...
the Battletoads, have been invited
Yeah,
to Tibet
Battletoads.
to watch a demonstration of a new computer game. When one of the images jumps out of the screen and kidnaps the princess, you'll have to play it to find out what happens next.
I never played this sort of game, that one.
Well, I think it's about time I beam down to meet the hotliners.
Oh yeah, Nintendo Hotline.
I hate it when that happens. This is Hotliners headquarters, but what does that mean? Hi.
Bit of Starwing music.
You're known as a hotliner. What does that mean?
Hotliner is someone who has played and completed all NES, Game Boy and Super Nintendo games, as well as helping the consumer with information on games already out and forthcoming releases.
So what's this game you're playing now?
At the moment I'm playing Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
He's playing Street Fighter 2 Turbo and getting paid for it. It's like he's died and gone to heaven. So what do the kids want to know about this game?
That's why they
Main
do,
question
play
is how to
games,
do
earn a lot of money.
bosses.
Show us a move then.
So the one I'll show you is the torpedo roll using Bison. What you have to do is hold back for 2 seconds and forward punch.
Marvellous. The hotliners on average take 1,400 calls a day.
1,400?
That's 10,000 calls a week. That's over 500,000 calls a year. That's a whole lot of yak, yak, yak.
This hotline is no longer available.
You've got some cobwebs on you. How long have you been here?
3 years.
3 years.
Yep.
So what's your favourite game at the moment then?
My favourite game at the moment must be
That
Star Wars.
person.
Starwing, good game, good game.
Right.
Have you been on Games Master and Games World and all that?
I've done my bid.
So you're a bit of
Oh,
a method.
yeah, that was one. Games Master, yeah.
Let me on the
Games Master is a good
What would I
show.
have to do to be
Done about
Hotline?
7 series, Games
I'll
Master.
take it on all wing.
under your wing?
Years of training.
If you want me to do some reactions of Games
A
Master,
lot.
feel free to
You'll
comment as
be
well.
a beast, a hardliner.
It'll be awesome if I do that as well.
Caring, loving. So, do you think I could be a hotliner?
Maybe. I could take you under my wing. It's hard work, though. You know, we've got a team of experts working round the clock, training us. And you've got to care, because we constantly care. And you've got to have coordination and synchronicity. You've got to be well-mannered, good with people, communicative.
Yeah, communicating is the one thing as well.
Okay, I haven't got the big-time edge. I haven't got the total coordination and communication skills you need to make it as a hotliner. I can live with that. Time to review some games.
Alright, let's do some reviews then.
Guide Aladdin and Abu through their quest to defeat the evil
Ah,
Jaffa.
yes.
This is a Capcom and Disney
Aladdin.
game that features excellent cinematic graphics, superb sound, and amazing background. There is a password facility and bonus screens. This game will keep you interested forever. It's sure to be a hit.
Now, there's 2 different versions of Aladdin. The Super Nintendo and the Mega Drive. Or Genesis, they like to call it.
New art package for the Super Nintendo.
Oh god, Mario Paint.
With a mouse, so you can use it to draw, paint, and animate your own images. Compose music to go along with it. And then when you finish, you can save it and put it onto video to play it again at a later date. The only limitation with this game is your imagination.
And don't forget the music as well.
Nigel Mansell's World Championship Racing. It's the best.
Oh,
thing
yeah,
available for
Nigel
Super
Mansell.
Nintendo at this time.
Yeah,
Get a chance to
one of
race
the
in 16
Formula
courses
One's
around the world. The weather's constantly
legendary
changing
drivers.
From sunny to cloudy to wet.
The ones with
You
the
get a chance
moustache
to
on.
change tyres, aerofoils. and
I know he got
engines in
banned
the
for
car.
one race though, this being
The
the
speed and graphics on this game.
annoying the
are
black
amazing.
flag
Basically
on
play the game
one of the
seamlessly.
race.
A new cult hero hits your screens in the form of Plock. How do you describe Plock? Well, basically, he throws his arms and legs at the enemy. Plock is a massive cartoon platform game with incredible music and stunning graphics. Not only will this game go #1 in the game chart, but #1 in the music chart as well.
#1 in the music chart as well.
The Lost Vikings, Olaf, Eric and Balog have got to find their way back to their village. This may sound easy, but it's not. The have actually
I totally
been walked
agree.
through
I had
time
a
and
quick
space
go of
to
it,
get
long
through
time.
37
It
different
was
levels,
really
16
difficult.
worlds. They've got to combine the 3 skills of all the Vikings to get through this intensely puzzling and frustrating game.
Yeah, because one kill, you're done.
This is Bubsy's first adventure on the Super Nintendo,
Oh,
called Claws Encounters of the Third Kind. On this Bobcat's
Bubsy,
travels,
good old
Bubsy
classic.
avoids many
I
pitfalls
remember
as well
playing this on
collecting all
the
yarns
Mega
and
Drive.
encounter. With 16 meg carts, has great music and graphics, as well as some of the best speech I've ever seen on the Super Nintendo. He has become a cult hero in America and looks like doing the same in the UK.
Definitely is. I remember playing that all the time.
These games are pretty fantastic, but what always amazes me, and I'll share this with you, is how they fit all the music, visuals, excitement, and all-round top-quality entertainment into one tiny cartridge.
Yeah, how did they get in there?
So how did we get all of that into this?
I think an interesting thing to do, first of all, is to go back a couple of years when we first thought, shall we do a racing game? We knew racing games were very popular, and we thought we had the expertise and the programming skills to do a very good racing game. So we said, yeah, let's do a racing game. The next question we asked ourselves, is there a personality? Is there an endorsement we can add to the game which is going to make it even more exciting? We knew Nigel Mansell was doing well in the World Championship at that time. He wasn't World Champion at that time, but we thought he might be. And we started speaking to him. Would he be interested in helping us with our game? He was very interested. He likes computer games. He takes a Game Boy with him wherever he goes. And soon we had Nigel on board as well. So we were there. We knew we were doing a Nigel Mansell racing game. What we're going to do now is James is going to take us around the building and show us how from that point did we develop the game.
Okay, now we've decided to go ahead and produce the Mansell game. We've actually done all the design work. The
Let's
next
not forget
stage
the
is to start the
16-bit.
programming.
It was
Now,
back in the day.
Computer in which the code's being written, the code that we write ends up in that box over there. That box is our version of the Super Nintendo. It's similar to the one you would have at home, except that what it allows us to do is continually change the program that's running. So this is what's in the cartridge. That code there on that screen translates into this on your Super Nintendo. This is actually the original road that's used in the Nigel Mansell game. The game is nowhere near complete, but we have the actual basic
Yeah,
road.
no,
When we were
no
developing the Nigel
crowds,
Mansell
no
game, the
tyre
road was
barriers,
the most
no
important
cars.
thing. You've got a smooth and fast road system, particularly with something like a Grand Prix game. To get this far took us, probably about 6 or 7 months of programming. The next stage was producing the car graphics, the roadside objects, backdrops, all the other support graphics for the game.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And that's what we're going to show you next. Everything that you see in the game will at some point have to be drawn. We actually have to draw the car with every wheel position to add realism to the actual game itself. As well as drawing Nigel's car, we have to draw the cars that you're going to be competing against in the game. Could we run the animation, Greg? This is so we can, in the game, we can actually give the impression of a car moving away from you.
That's why it
or
takes
you moving
a
up
lot of
behind
time
them.
and work to
How many
make
frames
these
did it
cars.
take to do that?
We originally used 8 frames, but I doubled them up to 16 to make it a lot smoother.
It works really well. The game isn't just about racing around the tracks, though. Another important part of the game is the actual selection and setting up of the car between each of the individual tracks in the game. In this section, you can select your tyres, change the airfoil settings, etc. Below,
Yeah.
we also see
'Cause,
some
you know-
graphics for the sponsors, which we're adding to the car graphics.
Yeah, sponsors,
Anything.
yeah,
really.
sponsors, everything.
Whilst the rest of the team are working on the programming and finishing off the graphics for our game, here in the studio, Pat's working on the music and sound effects. Could we have a listen to some of the music, please, Pat?
Certainly. Once I've composed the music, it's built up of tracks similar to this.
Okay, could we listen to a sound effect now, please, Pat? In an effort to create as much realism as possible, we asked Renault to record the engine sound from the actual F1 car itself. And this is the sound effect that we use within the game. So we've got the program, the graphics, the music and sound effects.
Yeah.
Let's go and test that game. What we do is arrange for the programmer to send the finished game down to this machine, and using this machine we actually load the program up into these 2 chips. These chips now contain the whole game. The games are put into a cartridge, into a prototype cartridge, and then these are given to the testers to test. Here in Gremlin's test department we have a team of people whose job it is to play the games. Our testers have to play the games for hours and hours, testing for bugs or for things that shouldn't even be there.
Yeah,
When the
because
game
testing
is
the
as
game is
action-packed and as
make sure
exciting as
everything is
possible,
100% correct,
only then
no
is it
bugs,
ready to
no
be put into a finished cartridge. And
glitches,
that's how we get all
things
of
not
that
supposed to be there,
excitement
things
into
like that.
one tiny cartridge.
Okay, around a 90% average on that one.
Hey, come here. This is between me and you, right? What I want to know is, how can you cheat at some of the games? Don't breathe a word.
Yeah, without the internet, you can't even find the cheats. You have to figure it out.
Super Mario All-Stars.
But luckily, this
On the Lost
has
levels,
some hints and
World
tips
1,
as well.
Level 1, if you
All
want
the
to get
Lost
some extra
levels.
lives, this is what you have
This
to
is
do.
usually called Super Mario Bros.
Go to
2.
the first set of blocks and bash the second block to uncover the hidden mushroom. Bounce it with your head over the end block, leaving the Koopa inside. Grab the mushroom, being very careful not to scroll the screen past the row of blocks. Now break the first block and the third block and leave the Koopa patrolling on the floor.
Yeah, I know this one.
Jump through the gap you've made and
Done it
remove the
before.
3 blocks from above your head. Now carefully make a small jump onto the Koopa. Mario should bounce on and off, eventually clocking up 1-ups. Leave it to carry on until the time runs out and you'll have 128 lives.
Correction, when
Also
I tried
on
that, I
Lost
got
levels,
127
World 3
lives,
level
not
4.
128.
The way to get to the end is to stay along the bottom until you've heard a high-pitched beep. Then stay along the bottom again until you hear another beep. Now go all the way to the top and stay there until you hear 2 more beeps. If whilst going along the top you find a jump that's very hard to make, jump down to the floor and you'll find 4 hidden blocks. You can now use these to get back up to the top route and make it all the way to the end. On Mario 2, World 1, Level 3, go to near the end of the
I've done
level
that one
and
before
get
as
the
well.
last potion bottle before the door. Carry it past the door and throw it down near the pot. Then enter subspace and go down the pipe whilst you're in subspace. And this will now warp you to World 4.
And there's a warp in at World 4 as well. I think it's World 4 2?
Mario 3. On Mario 3, World 1, Level 3, you'll find near the end of a level a white rectangular block in the air. Jump onto this and kick the turtle off. Now kneel down on the block until you fall through and land behind the scenery. Now run to the right as if you were going to complete the level, but instead of finishing the level, it will take you to a secret mushroom house, and inside this mushroom house is a warp whistle.
And I also know in World 1 at the Dungeon Castle, there's
Clock.
another warp whistle in
When
there
you
as
get
well.
to level 3 of Clock, go to nearly the end of the level and look out for the arrow pointing downwards. Jump down and shoot the plum in the tree 3 times. This will take you to a bonus stage. You now have to beat the timer in this bonus stage to get warped to the end of the island.
Warp to the end of the island?
To get the best out of your games, you should try your hand with the Scoremaster. Designed for use on the desktop, the arcade-style Scoremaster has a responsive 8-way joystick with 6 buttons. These are oversized for ease of use and have an auto-fire switch for each button. The Scoremaster also features a slow-motion operation with 2 speeds. So whether it's quick or slow, the Scoremaster will put an extra kick into your game.
Okay.
There is also a great accessory known as the Nintendo Scope. This is an amazing
Oh.
piece of gear, which is an infrared firing machine,
Yeah.
laser accurate to 1 television pixel.
One
There are
television
some great
pixel.
games specially designed for
Now,
this
I do
ballistic
know there's
bazooka,
only a few games
like
made for
Battle
that
Flash
one,
and Yoshi
and
Safari.
didn't go
Why not get
well.
one for your shoulder and start blasting.
And that scope is one of the rare items.
I hate to tell you, thrill seekers, but it's time for me to go. Have fun on your Super Nintendo. And this may sound strange, but I'll be back. Hasta la vista, baby.
I think he's lost it.
Hey, not so heavy on the interaction.
Interaction? Okay, who's controlling the ship anyway? And crashed. And out comes Nintendo. Well, most of the games I remember though, I remember playing for a long time ago. Even Starwing, which bear no to everyone else is Star Fox, because we call it Star Wing, so it's just the same game as Star Fox. So, but remember the Super Mario All Stars, the the tricks and the cheats as well, because I remember getting like 127 lives, but not 128. So that's a correction on that one. What else was there? Oh yeah, the World 1 Level 3 on the Mario Brothers 2, and the and also the Warp Whistle, because I know there's the other ones they didn't show, like the second Warp Whistle in the dungeons of the World 1, and of course in World 4 you get the bottle and go towards the pod and go down, you'll be warped to Warp 6 or 7, I believe it is. But this one here, it was pretty good though. God, it takes me back on those games in the past. God, it took me back on this one. I'm going to give that a 9 on this one. It is brilliant. It takes me back when I watch it every time as a kid, trying to figure out what sort of other tricks they're trying to go for. But this one's a 9 for sure for that one. It was pretty good at that one. That's it for another edition of Japanese Live View. If you enjoyed it, get a thumbs up, comment below. Also, subscribe and click the bell icon for more videos in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, sayonara!